even think I clicked the button. Sorry. The sun. And I can barely see my screen, so... And it's like, gotta be below 0 out here. It is cold. Alright, we'll leave it there for a minute and see how it's tracking. Wonder if I should have gone in landscape mode. I'm just gonna mess with it a little bit so it'll be a little bouncy. Try to get the focus in a little better. So it looks like, hey Thomas, what's up, bro? It looks like YouTube changed their, like the app for going live, so that might be a good thing. That might, hey Matthew, what's up? And Junk Fam, Pirelli 5. So I made a video earlier, just on my phone, and I was just talking a little bit about like what the final experiment, some of the videos they're showing and stuff, and just made of my thoughts. And then I'm like, you know what, why don't I just go live on my telescope and we can film the sun and I can just say a few things about it. Because the arrogance, or the, hey Christy Lee Dolls, the arrogance in any human being, any person that would say, I know what the sun is. I know what it's made of. I know its path. Sorry, I'm trying to do the focus here. I know its path. I know its temperature. I know the gases that it's made of. You're a liar. You don't know any of that. So you can lie to yourself, which is really unfortunate. So let me first say 3 YouTube channels that I think, if you're interested in understanding more about the sun, 2 YouTube channels for sure. One is Wes Blaze Music, and him and Sean Griffin do a awesome show called Uncommon Ground, and they talk about specifically these kinds of things. And the Book of Enoch is, you know, the first, some people are like, oh, that book is no good, that's not part of the Bible. Yeah, who cares? It's what it says inside of the book that's important to me. I don't care if you think it's part of the Bible or if someone else thinks it's part of the Bible. I think that there's information in that book that comes from God, not from Enoch. Like, Enoch, God took him, correct? But Wes Blaze Music he actually just did a video, I think today too, talking about the like the calendar and the 364 days. But go on to his channel and look at, it's Wes Blaze Music. It's WEZBLAZEMUZIK, I think. I might be wrong on that, but it's something like that. One of the last videos he did was a clip from one of their Uncommon Ground shows, and the stuff he was saying about the gates that the sun and moon go in and out of, man, that makes me think. Like, I'm trying to think of a way to explain it. So Wes Blaze Music is one of the channels. The other channel, before I forget, I just want to say, is Parable of the Vineyard. And maybe just go to the channel and type in sun or moon or sun and moon or something like that, and you'll find a video, probably several videos, where Adam is going through the book of the courses of the heavenly luminaries. If you listen to what he says, it'll give you a different perspective. I'm not saying that Adam's saying it. I'm saying I don't understand. I just don't grasp some of the things that some of these other guys do. I mean, I try to, but just when I listen to Adam explaining that, sorry, I'm trying to get back here. When I listen to Adam explain that stuff, he understands it better. But so yeah, Parable of the Vineyard. Go over there and check that out. And oh, thank you, Thomas. That's awesome. You put a link for Wes Blaze Music. That's awesome. So in the Book of Enoch, the sun goes in different gates, and it goes through those gates for 30 days, and this gate for 30 days, and as this is happening, the days are getting longer and the nights getting shorter, and it's working its way through the seasons, and you can like read that in there. You can see that, but it makes me think of something that I have a hard time putting to words. Okay, so you know how if you're standing at the edge of a lake and you're looking across the lake, and let's say the sun is setting on the other side of the lake, and you see the sunlight like shining right at your feet, right? But then your friend is a few feet away from you, and they've got their own ray of sun going towards their feet. Okay, obviously they just have a different point of view because they're standing in a different place, right? But it's almost as if reality is custom fitted or custom made for you, for each one of us. We each have our own. Sorry, I'm trying to get that focus. It kind of keeps going in and out. There is a little bit of clouds, but they're so thin you probably can't even see them. I got to get the remote. So like, that's just an example of me trying to explain what I'm saying about the gates. Because there's gates in the east and the west, and the sun goes in and out, and like there's 6 gates, I think, that the sun goes in, and 6 that it goes out, or that it sets. I just think that might be, well, the way he's explaining it might be like that custom fitted personal perspective that we each have, because like I'm trying to not think of the world as a model or a map, because it's not. Like right now, I'm standing outside. Whoops. I'm standing outside. It's cold. It's like below 0. But I'm in the sunlight, so I'm staying kind of warm, which is nice. I'm just trying to get this a little better centered. We can zoom in way more, I think, if we want. Should we check out them sunspots? Let's do that. Let me get centered on the... Let's go to those 3 in the top there. Okay, got to get it kind of to the center. I got it going really slow. So like when the sun, like right now, it's so low on the horizon, but it's the middle of the day. It's so far south, and that's why it's cold here. It's like quite simple. Okay, we're gonna zoom in a minute here. All right, let's see what we can do here. Whoa, I gotta move it. Whoa. I got it going too fast now. Ooh, that's out of focus too. Can I get it better? So this particular telescope, when I focus the telescope, it moves the telescope. It's just part of the design. Like it's not, I don't think they designed it to do that on purpose, but see, as I focus it, it'll actually move like physically move the telescope, which it had a motor on with a little gear that I could just press a button and do it. But that, the gear started slipping on the motor. So I took it off. I'm just doing it by hand, which makes it a little more shaky. But I think the gear like goes too far. Like when you let go of the button, it's like, it slows down. So it's hard to get it focus where you want it. That's about the best I can get on that. And keep in mind, we're filming this right, you're watching an iPhone right now, so can't expect too much. But so like yeah, let me talk about the mindset of shout out Run Boston Bear, our Globe friends, because Like, I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything. What I'm saying is that I'm talking about an unfortunate loss that mindset is going through right now. Um, Two unfortunate things. One, I think Will Duffy is actually a pretty good guy. I think he's just a person that strongly believes in the globe, and he's a person that loves Jesus, and he really believes in the globe. And he's in a position where he said, I think I can uh, put an end to this debate, or what, that's his idea. And so that's what he's doing. The issue that I have with Duffy is, why are you, um, as a, I would say as a pastor, you should distance yourself as far as you can from people like MC Toon. That's my opinion, of course. Because Will, if you wouldn't have been buddied up with MC Toon at the beginning of this would have gone much differently. MC Toon is like a thorn in your side, and you don't realize it. He is a very rude and uncaring person that you've buddied up with. And when you do that, you can ask anyone that sees from my point of view, you do not look good in this whole final experiment because of MC Toon. If you wouldn't have buddied up with him, I think you'd have a lot of friends right now that you don't have, where people are actually skeptical of you, where they would be your friend. So, yeah, Mick Toon is not Minnesota nice. FE Viking, it has been, let's see, it has been, somewhere around 7 years ago that I shook your hand and met you in person. And I think that was pretty cool. That was at the Flat Earth International Conference in 2018 in Denver. That was awesome. So, yeah, and that's something that these guys aren't thinking about. I'm going to zoom back out because it's kind of lame. I can barely even see my screen, so I kind of forgot where it was. I think it's crazy that these guys have this fake confidence. Like, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Okay. Let me just use MC Toon for my little whipping model. MC Toon, let me ask you a question. Did God make the sun? Did God make the sun? I think that MC Toon would say, oh yes, God made the sun. Did God tell his prophets what he did with the sun? Of course, MC Toon would probably say, no, largely silent about the sun in the Bible. I'm sure that's what he would say. But that's what Will Duffy said. In my last video, I addressed that. The Bible is not at all silent about the shape of the earth. It's actually, I suppose if you change the meanings of words, then you could say that it's not in there, but it's clearly in there. But this mentality, or this mindset that these guys have, it's unfortunate for Will Duffy, because I don't think he really has this mindset until he gets buddied up with Toon, and now you can see how he's changed just in the last months, which is unfortunate. But I do think that Will is a good guy, and like I said, I'm not a person just saying that. I've been to his church, and I've been in his church, in the pew behind him and his family, when on the overhead they had songs, and we were singing songs for, I think, close to a half hour, nonstop. And if you experienced that, you would understand that Will is not a shyster that's just some scammer, that's some rich guy. He's not someone that's, being made to do this because he's got trouble or something. No. You know what? I'm sure he has his financial stuff, and he's not a financial advisor at the moment, is he? That maybe there's a reason for that, and that maybe there's a reason why he has some whatever people talk about. It's none of my business, but people talk about him having some, you know, whatever issue, people suing him or something. Doesn't matter to me. But yeah. But people that just say they know it, they know it. So I don't know why God like makes me click on a video at the times that he does, or if it's just coincidence. But yesterday I clicked into, I saw MC Toon was doing a live stream last night, and I clicked on it, and like the first thing I heard, see, it's light right there, and it's not even light out. The sun isn't even out, but you can see it's light over there. That's south. And he goes, "You so stupid. You guys are so stupid, so stupid." And I'm like, I'm clicking off. I just clicked off. I'm like, I don't need to hear that. That's what I think of MC Toon. His fake knowledge that he would never admit that he doesn't know these things. He definitely knows these things. He'll tell you what I was saying in the other video that I probably won't upload because I'm doing this one. What is Betelgeuse, the star? What's it made of? Well, it's orange in color. So tell me what it's made of, MC Toon. I thought you knew everything. So then he could probably tell me what it's made of. And there's like a lie there. Whether or not anybody knows what it's made of, because nobody does. Nobody knows if it's even anything but a point of light that's got some color. I actually think that it's a very important thing to God what we think of the stars and what we think of the heavens. Like, I mean, the Book of Enoch, again, that book is filled with information that, and like I was saying, I don't care if you think it's part of the Bible or whatever. That doesn't matter to me. I don't even care that Enoch wrote it. What I know is that the information in the book isn't from a man. And you can tell that by reading the book. But, of course, everyone has their own prerogative. But the first thing it says in the whole Book of Enoch, the very first chapter, very first verse, or couple verses, what does it say? It says, this is not for or now or whatever, but for a distant generation that will be living through the time of tribulation. That's what the book's for. So when it was written, it's claiming that it's for the last generation, for those people. And then when you read it, it reveals all these things about the stars. It even says in there, I think it's chapter 80, it says that, man, I wish I had my Book of Enoch right here because I'm going to not be very good at saying what it says. It says the whole order of the stars, like the order of the stars, would be concealed from the sinners, and the thoughts thereof would err concerning them, and they'd take them to be gods. So, like the planets, like people talking and going to Mars and making a civilization, this idea, that's a big trap. That's a big trap. But anyway, oh yes, that Enoch thing you said about the heart was epic, Joe. About the heart. I don't remember about the heart. What was this? Can you remind me? KJV, welcome, and Jeff, and Jenna loves Yahweh, and I can't, let's see here. I'm gonna have to bump this, but that's okay. Christy Lee Dolls, I guess, Dean HD, Jeff Gashead, Andrew. Awesome to see all you guys. Karen and Preston. Thank you guys for coming. The heart of the moon. What is wrong with me that I'm having like a mind block and I can't think of what you're referring to? The heart of the moon. The heart of the moon. Maybe that was someone else, unless I'm like just not categorizing it right in my mind because I do that often. Someone will remind me of something, and I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then it'll just suddenly like file itself into the right file, and I'll be, oh. But yeah, that happens to me a lot. There is actually a little bit of clouds in front of the moon, or I mean the sun, but you won't be able to see them on here. They're very thin. So yeah, the sun. I think the sun is boring to watch in comparison to the moon. I love looking at the moon a lot more. Oh, he ascended in the heart of the moon. I don't remember that, but that's interesting. Oh, I think, are you talking about chapter 71 where it says my spirit was ascended through the heavens or whatever, if that's what you're talking about? Oh yeah, Thomas, that's another one. Ezekiel 8, Ezekiel's lifted up by the locks of his hair, up between heaven and earth to the New Jerusalem, or to the, what does it say? It doesn't say New Jerusalem, but it says, maybe it does. I don't remember. But he gets taken up to up to Jerusalem, but it's where the presence of God is, or something like that. I can't remember how it words it. The Spirit of God's there, or something. So it's obviously talking about New Jerusalem or whatever. The inner core of God's sanctuary. You said it the other day. It blew my mind away. I can't remember it. The heart of the moon. Oh, was it in a video where I was talking about Enoch? Oh yeah, it would have been, I guess. I think, yeah. If you look at, maybe if KJV, if you look at chapter 71 is where I think that, there's other things it says about the moon in the Book of Enoch. It says that the sinners will see the moon as darkness, and the righteous will see it as light. How's that? Why are people talking about the moon being a light all of a sudden? Because it is, guys. It's a light. That's what the Bible says. It's not hard to agree with the Bible unless you're like MC Toon or McDuffie. McDuffie, I don't know why I said that. Will Duffy. See, that's what he does. Like Will Duffy, you should not have connected up with MC Toon. That guy is the bottom of the barrel of what you're trying to do, Will. I think Will could be top notch myself. I think he's a class act, to be honest. I do. I mean, I don't agree with him about the earth or anything like that, but I do think that Will is a pretty stand-up dude. And he gets nothing, well, he gets nothing but criticized from every angle, which is, I mean, he should expect that a little bit with some of the things he says. He asked me something about, in one of the comments I put under one of his videos, he asked me where the South Pole was on the AE map. I just said, good question. I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't even know if there's a South Pole on the AE map. I don't think there is. I think there's south, right? Crystal Gem, I understand. She says, Joe, he's been 100% exposed as a liar. I would have to agree, but I would also have to say that you have too, and I have too, and every one of us has been exposed as a liar 100%. So it's not easy to just like, well, he lied, or he was misleading or something like that. We've all done that. I'm not saying we're trying to, or we should, but Christy Lee Dahl says McDuffie sounds right. It does in my mind, McDuffie. I just said it accidentally. That's weird. Thomas says the only difference is we came out of it. Yeah. And like I was saying that in my other video today, or the other day, is that when we were coming out of it, why am I covering for this charlatan, Joe? I'm not covering for anyone. I don't know if you're familiar with Will got my number from MC Toon, and this was back in August, I think, I think August, and he asked me if I would want to fly out to Denver and debate MC Toon at his church, and then fly back, or the next day fly back or whatever. And he said, I'll pay for your ticket and your room and board, or your hotel. That would be hard to turn down. So I said, yes, I'll do it. So I went down there and we did it. What I want to say is that Will, whatever he said, that's what he did. So he didn't like change anything on me or anything. He paid for the ticket. He paid for my hotel. He actually paid for my Uber to get back to the airport. When I told him I felt bad and I wanted to pay for the Uber, I tried to give him money and he was like, no. He's like, no, I got it. What I'm saying is I totally disagree with him about the Earth. And I think I totally disagree with his entire conversation about flat Earth with Danny Faulkner. Everything they were saying there is wrong, or a straw man or whatever. But I'm saying as a person, he would do a lot better to not align himself with people that are like, I don't want to sit and call people names, but MC Toon is not a quality person. How's that? He's not a quality person. He's not a reliable person. And he's not an honest person. But either way, like I was saying, we all have a little bit of that. Yeah, the sunspots. Sometimes they're like with this filter, sometimes there are no sunspots, but I haven't seen that for actually quite a few years. But I remember probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, there was long periods of time with no sunspots, like that I could see anyway. Now, someone like Crow 777, he'd be able to see everything that's going on, and it would look probably the same on his because he would see all the sunspots and everything with that hydrogen alpha. But David Banner, what's up? But yeah, so I do think that the final experiment is entertaining. How's that? It's entertaining. But I think really what's going on is even if the sun just goes right around them down there, it's just going in a different gate for however long, like because of the season we're in. And so, like right now, if I pull my, I'm not going to because it's hard to line it up, but if I pulled my phone out to show you, I'll do it at the end, just to show you where the sun is. It's like, it's the 11:10 a.m. where I am. It's not even lunchtime yet. And the sun is like 35 degrees, something like that, above the horizon. Yeah, that's interesting. David Banner says, are they going to match up the sunspots in Antarctica? I think they are. They won't be able to do it with my video here because I have no, I don't have an accurate orientation here because we're looking through my Castle grain, I think it's called. There's a bunch of mirrors reflecting this back and forth. And so I think it's actually like upside down. So that, but the actual sunspots, that you could compare them, but I would have to level. I just can't do that with the setup I'm doing right now. I'd have to do it probably with more like with a camera would be better to like compare, because it'll appear like upside down, because they're on the other side of it, obviously. Sea lightning 300 miles, what's up? Sea lightning bolts at 300 miles plus. Yeah, that's for some reason people don't like to take any of that kind of information in. Like, oh really, 300 miles, wow, and then they just walk away and they're like, no, look at the boats going over the curve 4 miles away. Come on. You guys, my feet are freezing. So either I'm going to shut this. It's been a half hour that I've been out here standing in this freezing cold. It's like below zero right now. I think it's like -5. I'm dressed up, but I don't even have gloves on. I like that, Thomas. Satan's dominion is being taken away. Not if you're MC Toon. That dude's working it. That dude's like, he's got Satan's dominion business cards in his pocket, trying to hand them out. You want a business card? The kids are coming by. You want a baseball card? Like the cops, when you go to the cops and ask them for baseball cards. If you walk up to Toon and be like, you got a Globey card? You got a Globe card I could, you got any Globe cards to give out for us kids? What did, ooh, that just brought up a harsh scripture in my mind. Yeah, you should not mislead children, for sure. That was one of the things I didn't like about Will Duffy's church on the Sunday when Toon did his presentation. There was kids in there, and he was using them in demonstrations. That really bothered me. It actually felt like it wasn't real while it was happening. It was weird. I like that, David Banner. Welcome, Nimrod Paul. Good to see you. I like that. Very good what David Banner just said. It's actually a FE expedition to expand our knowledge on the plane we reside upon. As we already know, the globe is an impossibility. The globe has been falsified, debunked, but only by those who have the eyes to see. Because we have example and example and example of people who do truly understand the points that we're learning, that we've made, but they can't accept them. Some people can't accept them. And they say, no, I don't want to go that direction. So it's a choice. That's what David Weiss yesterday kind of corrected me. I said, Will Duffy can't see this right now, or can't see that God's doing this right now. And DITRH corrected me. He said, no. Will Duffy is deciding that. And I'm like, yes, that's true. It is a decision, because he does understand what we're saying, you know. But yeah, I like what Austin said. He said, all this is mega advertisement to people who haven't heard about the truth yet to hear about it. That's what it is. I don't care how many people want to be globies or whatever. I don't care. I know that it's not a globe. And the more people that know it's not a globe, I think more happier people in the world, more honest people in the world. Good. So that's why we need to keep saying it. But yeah, I'm freezing. I can't even feel my toes, and actually they're starting to get stingy, starting to get bitey. Ow. All right, guys. I might try to go live on YouTube maybe later a little bit or something. But I'm freezing now, so you guys all have a good one. And I don't even know how to end this stream. Is there a button or what? Oh, there's an X button. Okay. Much love. Keep it flat.